You know, I always thought that, like, I'm not a car person, but I've always thought that, like, Fast and Furious is the movie car people love. No, this is the type of movie car people love.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money,
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Ford v Ferrari. Did you know I actually last year saw this movie on the upcoming 2019 movies, and I thought some lame Fast and Furious ripoff? So Ford v Ferrari is a film essentially about the 24-hour race of Le Mans in 1967. Ford hired Shelby, forgetting his first name or last name, I know Shelby's in his name, and Ken Miles. They hired these two guys to build a car that would be faster than Ferrari's car. So Ford wanted to beat Ferrari, hence the title, Ford v Ferrari, and it's also 2.5 hours, and has James Mangold, so let's talk about it. Okay, I went into this movie with insanely high expectations. I love James Mangold. Not only that, I love the trailers. Not only that, I love this cast. Not only that, it had great TIFF reviews. I was just so excited for this movie. It was one of my most anticipated of the rest of the fall season. I don't know what else is there to say. I was just so excited I was so excited to see this movie because I love everything about this movie. Everything going for it was great. And we start with the acting. It's fantastic. It's obviously going to be fantastic, but Matt Damon is so he's great in this movie. I loved him. I thought he did his performance so well. To such a grievous extent. It was so entertaining. I totally bought him as the character he's supposed to be. But I think this person who basically steals the show in this movie is, Christian Bale is awesome in this movie. He's fantastic. Like, I know we all love Christian Bale already, but holy crap, he's so good in this movie. I totally bought him as, like, the complete, like, really cynical car nerd he is. He's like those critics you see on movies that are like way up there and they hate all modern cinema and they like never give a movie a positive review and all their positive reviews are from like the 60s and maybe 70s. Like that is what Ken Miles is in this movie except for cars. I just love that. I thought he did so well. I think he just stuck in that. Granted, he wouldn't be saying, oh, 1960s was the days. No, he'd be saying like, would it be 1930s was the day? Because this movie takes place in the 60s, so... But first thing I'm going to say is I think James Mangold is a fantastic director, but I think people overlook him. I feel like a lot of us, when we go into a lot of films coming up, we're like, oh, it's that movie, it's that director, that's why we're excited. Like, I'm really excited for Knives Out, not only because of Rian Johnson, that's a lot of big reason why I really love Rian Johnson. I was really excited for Jojo Rabbit because Taika Waititi. We see that a lot, and I don't think a lot of people were looking forward to Ford v Ferrari because of James Mangold, only because of the cast. And thus far, this guy's not giving me... I haven't seen every film he's made. I still haven't seen Walk the Line, which I'm disappointed I've never seen that movie. But I've seen Logan, and that movie's fantastic. And for some reason, didn't go into this movie really thinking about that. But now I'm thinking this is the most at least of the films I've seen, this is the best he's directed one thus far. This movie is so well directed. It's insane. The camera work is fantastic. The race sequences in this movie are so entertaining. I had like my eyes just locked on the screen. During the last 30 minutes, it was just the entire Le Mans race. I just had my eyes locked on the screen. It was exactly everything I wanted. It is so well directed. The shot composition is fantastic. The cinematography is really beautiful. The saturation is great. The color scheme is great. It just looks so amazing. I just loved this movie entirely from a cinematography and visual standpoint. And that was a hair. I don't know where it came from. It was closer to the camera because unless the hair is like that big. But point is that holy crap, it's so well directed. And camera stop. So here's the thing about this movie. This movie has about 20 minutes of setup. If you don't like slow-paced films, and it's 2.5 hours, so I thought this movie was going to be a lot slower, but you get through those past 20 minutes, you hit about maybe like 20 minutes, and yeah, you have the next 2 hours of I'm not even going to say one of. It is the most fun I've had in a theater in 2019. I loved Ford v Ferrari. Like, to an extent I did not think I would. I was excited for this movie, sure, but I did not even expect myself to. I just loved this movie. I just loved every sequence in this film. I just loved the entire 2-hour runtime of this film. Every second of that is entertaining. It's just so entertaining. There's so much good tension, so much good, like, heart. It's really funny. It's just perfect. It's like, I've seen a lot of people just say, oh, Ford v Ferrari is a crowd pleaser. A cloud pleaser. I almost said that. And yeah, you could say it's a crowd pleaser, but it's so much more than that. Like, I'm just gonna be real. This fall has contained a lot of more slow movies, which I'm fine with. I'm down for slow movies. I loved Ad Astra. I loved Joker. I like Joker more than Ford v Ferrari still. I loved Jojo Rabbit, which, yes, Jojo Rabbit is fast sometimes. Most of the time, it's not really all that fast. But I love those movies. They're great. All of them are in the 10 best movies of the year thus far. But what makes Ford v Ferrari stand out amongst those movies is that it's not going for that. It's not going for a slow character study, slow burn about like the society and things like that. No, this film is going for being entertaining. It's going to be just an immensely, incredibly well-made, entertaining film, and that's exactly what Ford v Ferrari did. It just, if you're looking, what is the point of cinema? The point of cinema is to escape. Like, is Joker going to make you escape from the real world? No, it's literally making you look at the real world and think, this is kind of what sucks about the real world. Maybe we should fix it. And you're like, yeah, we should. But it's not taking you away from the real world. Neither is Jojo Rabbit, neither is Ad Astra, which I'm comparing this movie a lot to those three because I think in a review stance, in a ranking stance, it's all very close to those movies, at least in quality, in my opinion. But Ford v Ferrari is an escape. It's an absolute escape. This movie knows, hey, we're not here to be deep. We're not here to be a character study. We're here to make you have a freaking blast. And the movie is as much of a blast as it possibly can be, meaning this is possibly one of the most fun films I've ever seen. It's so entertaining, and that the point of cinema is an escape, and this movie is the definition of an escape. So it's the point of cinema, essentially. Also, I noticed the comedy in this film hit harder than most films this year. Like, I laughed hard at Jojo Rabbit. I laughed a lot during Peanut Butter Falcon. But the thing about, and I laughed a lot during, I guess, like, Toy Story 4 and Spider-Man. But, like, what makes this movie so much, what maybe, like, there are points in this movie where I'm hysterically laughing because I genuinely had a smile on my face for, like, seconds, just, like, straight, like, 10 minutes of just me smiling because it's so entertaining, it's so likable. And that's the thing. The comedy, when it happens, it just hits you because it's not the most funny comedy I've ever seen. It's funny, definitely. I wouldn't have laughed if I would not have laughed if it wasn't funny. But it hits harder because the rest of the film was so entertaining and it's so well done. A 2.5-hour movie is this entertaining, which is, it's really shocking because 2.5-hour films usually aren't pure pressure entertainment. But Ford v Ferrari does what it should. It's not trying to be 2.5 hours, but it does what it should, and it leaves. And I wish it stayed longer, to be honest. I could have gone for a 3-hour movie of this. Guys, in the end, I fell in love with Ford v Ferrari. I was entertained from that opening scene to the concluding scene. And fast entertainment, amazing car races. Truly, a film that you could just say, oh, it's fun. So it's not perfect, but it's fun. You could say that, but that is not what I'd say about this movie. This movie is not only fun, it's genuinely, it also has some messages about creative freedom. Like, it's not a deep movie, but it has those messages about creative freedom. It has a really kind of heartfelt ending. It did everything I think it should. It had a lot of tension, had a lot of heart, but it had just pure entertainment, great comedy. I think anybody can enjoy this movie. I think anybody who just enjoys to have a great time at the theater, you're going to love Ford v Ferrari. This is one of the best movies I've seen this entire year. I completely love it. I don't know how this can't make my top 10 list year. I said that about Jojo Rabbit, but trust me, I like Ford v. I think I like it more than Jojo Rabbit, which is quite shocking. Which, yes, I'm not holding back. I'm gonna give Ford v Ferrari a 10 out of 10. You might sit there and think, nope, that should be a 9. And to be clear, it could move down to a 9, but I'm just like, I'm right out of the film. I'm like, heck yeah, it was awesome, entertaining, fast-paced, funny, heartfelt. Holy crap, I love this movie. I think it's better than Jojo Rabbit. I think it's better than Ad Astra. Not better than Joker, but still, holy crap, one of the best movies I've seen this entire year. This has been great. Like, this November is one of my, like, I've only had, like, besides, I just had to get through Midway, and then every movie is good. At least every movie I'm excited for. Like, this weekend, I'm not quite excited for Frozen 2. I mean, I'm mildly excited. But, like, I have A Beautiful Day and Knives Out. Like, those two, which are movies I'm really excited for. And then we moved into December, which doesn't really have anything all that good besides Skywalker. But, yeah, really enjoyed this movie. It's a great movie. Definitely go see Ford v Ferrari when you can. I don't have anything else to say at the end of this review. Yeah. Bye. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Mandalorian Episode 2. I'll talk about that later today. Bye.